Welcome back, everyone. We have an extremely deep dive today. You're going to love it. With that being said, oxygen levels.
Welcome back, Jet. Oxygen levels are at maximum.
Set a course to Dark Waters 9. This video is part 2, a continuation from our last one. And a quick summary about it is that we were looking at the Grand Canyon and something just truly wasn't adding up. A couple of you guys in the comments brought up some fascinating theories that we just have to connect the dots on. Is the Grand Canyon really what we've been told? I want you to take a good look at the Grand Canyon. Is it what we've been really told? Or is it a cover-up from something even bigger? Check out this video at the Grand Canyon and listen very closely.
You're here. Do it again.
The very first thing you notice is how her hair is going crazy from the static electricity in the air. Could there be some type of properties at the Grand Canyon that causes this? And if you look carefully, you could see the white specks in the air. It's so electrically charged in that area, if you ask me. See if I can pause it. Yeah, you can see a dot right there, a dot right there. Now, I don't know if it's snowing or if that's just pure ether, but something mysterious is definitely going on in the Grand Canyon. Could it be possible that back in the day, they used massive machines to carve out the electrically charged stone to make red bricks?
Stumbled across this massive cliff overlooking Monument Valley. It was when I started looking for campsites on the edge of this cliff that I noticed something odd. The cliffside was not a straight line as you would expect. It looked more like a giant zigzag.
Look at that.
And then I zoomed in, and suddenly...
No, that's fine. What's going on here?
It's composed of hundreds, maybe even thousands, of massive, geometrically perfect cubes and rectangles.
What is going on here?
Piqued my interest. It got me thinking. Is it possible for a perfect cube to exist in nature?
Well, I guess it is, but not hundreds of them.
What would it look like when one of these comes crashing down?
Oh my gosh.
What else is there to find here?
Look at that. These are perfect square-shaped rocks. There's a moment where he ventures and starts walking among them, and he actually comes across some hieroglyphs, or at least, here you go, I think this is it. Look at that.
You can see there's several humanoid drawings.
What's
One
going on?
Here, one right here, and right there.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing is that they're located right on the edge of this amazing view.
Wow, that's an amazing view indeed.
Look at these petroglyphs. I did not expect this.
Humanoid drawing.
They are definitely humanoid without a doubt. And it looks like there's some type of spiral. What exactly are they trying to tell us? They were trying to tell us something about these giant square blocks. But let's try to decipher this. It's like I don't know if those are circles. Okay, it's circles within circles. And then it's connected to another one on top of these humanoid figures. And it looks like there's another one above them and another one on top. So what were they trying to tell us? total of 3 humanoids.
Right on the edge of this amazing view.
Wow, that's an amazing view indeed. Now, let me just check this out. That is a square rock. I mean, that's perfect. Look at that. What the heck?
I'm not sure of what type of technology could slice that up like that, to be honest with you. Like when we look here, I could easily tell you what type of machine could have possibly did this. As a matter of fact, let me show you.
This machine doesn't dig holes. It eats entire mountains for breakfast. Meet the Bagger 293, the biggest land machine ever built. It's as tall as the Statue of Liberty, longer than 2 football fields, and it weighs over 14,000 tons. That's 8 times heavier than the Eiffel Tower. Each of its 20 rotating buckets can scoop 80 tons of dirt in one bite. That's the weight of 50 cars per scoop. It can clear 240,000 tons of earth in a single day. That's like digging up the entire Empire State Building, then doing it again tomorrow. Powered by 16.5 megawatts of electricity, this beast needs 5 people to operate, but does the work of 10,000. Built by Krupp in Germany, it was designed for one job only: strip mining coal on an industrial scale. And when it moves, it crushes the earth beneath it. It crawls on 12 caterpillar tracks, slower than a walking human.
Do you see the comparison? Hey, I'm just saying, this is just a theory for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research on everything.
Tracks, slower than a walking human, but unstoppable. Would you stand next to this mountain shredder? Drop A if this beast just blew your mind.
That is a square rock. I mean, that's perfect. Look at that. What the heck? Look at that.
Yeah, those are perfectly cut squares. I'm gonna show you something to blow your mind after this.
That's just crazy. Is that just a coincidence in nature? Or did something actually happen in the past? I mean, by looking at it, it's as if someone or something was carving these rocks and using this place as a quarry of some sort.
Stumbled across this massive
100%. Because if you take a look at this video, take a good look at this, right? Now line it up with the quarry that they use today. Now, if you can't see this, this is a giant excavator right here, and this is a giant slab of marble. Doesn't this look familiar? The exact same shapes, just a little bit more sloppier than the ancient work. Because if we go back and look at the ancient work, they cut these massive cubes almost perfectly, with no extra chipping around it. And you know, who knows how many thousands of years these been laying around.
Another location. They tell you to ignore what your eyes see. This location in Utah, Muley Point. They tell you that these perfectly cut out rectangular blocks all along the cliffside is nothing but a natural formation. Never mind that the whole area around it looks identical to a surface mine, as you can see at the bottom picture there. Just like the Grand Canyon, these were not made by erosion. Just watch this video of a man who actually went and checked it out by himself. It's a very isolated area. Not many people have ever heard of this place in Utah, unless you're from there. Look at the precision in the cuts. And if you look at it on Google Earth, you will see these formations for miles and miles along
What could have did it? What type of technology could cut that back in the day?
the edge of these cliffs. There are many sites like this, ancient mining works. All those stones had to come from somewhere, from all those massive structures from the old world. And these are those old world stone quarries and ancient strip mines. There is so much of these massive megalithic sites dotted all across America, especially in the southwest area. Got the Grand Canyon, definitely isn't a natural formation.
It's almost it's difficult to tell the difference, isn't it? It's really hard to tell the difference.
And you have this, you have megalithic walls in Montana, giant rock walls in Rockwall, Texas, and all of that the mainstream says is nothing more than natural formations. But let me know in the comments, does any of this look natural to you? Question everything, friends. Until next time.
Oh my goodness. Activate submersible. We need an aerial view of this. We got to see it. Muley Point, Utah. Fascinating. I'm just going to try and get a little bit closer. Wow, we have all types of footage. Are you kidding me? Okay, we have humans for a reference scale. This is absolutely massive. They just cleared everything. There isn't a tree in sight. Oh my, I'm almost sad. They literally harvest this entire earth, guys. Does this not look like pure excavation? You know, I feel like that episode on Fern Gully after everything got wiped out. I mean, seriously. And at the end of it, look, at the absolute end of all this excavation, we got massive blocks showing what they were doing. Are you kidding me? That would be man, this is crazy how they could take you here and we can literally look above the horizon and look. This got excavated. There's nothing. They can't even have trees grow. Let's see if we can get a different viewpoint. Yeah, look at these rocks. Man, they were digging. What was y'all looking for? Were they really harvesting that many electrically charged bricks. It's like all the bricks came from here. All the old world ancient bricks. And look, you could see what they were doing at the end. Wow. It's almost like it was a saw. It was like some type of saw, if you ask me. Because you can almost see where it started. And they're like, okay, we got to get another cut. Look at that. They were trying to get another square out. I bet it's cut right there. And they did that. They were busy. Yeah, it's kind of sad, man. It is kind of sad. They excavated. What were they doing? They were determined. That amount of work? Guys, drop your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me what you think is going on here. Were they harvesting red bricks? Was it more than that? Were they looking for something? How did they transport it? So many different questions. The theory goes the Anunnaki made humans mine for gold. I believe that the Anunnaki could have possibly been a genetic experiment from the fallen angels that created the Egyptian gods like Ra, Set, Thoth, you name it. The very first homunculus, if you will. And that would explain why they used so much gold in the Egyptian days. Because if you think about it, they had a lot of gold in Egypt for damn near all their different artifacts. So could these fallen angel genetic experiments that people praised as gods made humans mine for gold? And this could possibly be an example of what they did. I don't know. But drop your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me what you think about this.
Just found out something mind-blowing about these old world red brick roads. I'm sure these streets look very familiar to a lot of the millennials and the boomers. There is a much deeper reason why they laid red brick roads. Interesting is these red bricks are actually able to store electricity, just like a battery does. Now these red bricks are primarily made out of clay and iron oxide. It's the iron content that gives them the reddish color. Iron oxide is conductive when under specific conditions.
Is that what the Grand Canyon's rock was mostly made out of? Iron? It had high concentrations of iron? Maybe that's why they used it.
Especially combined with moisture, magnetism, which was a huge thing in the old world, and other metals. Now, researchers suggest that these bricks can hold and even generate small amounts of electric charge. If they are laid in massive networks like roads stretching across cities, they can act as a massive conductive grid. They've been silently publishing these things and telling us the truth in plain sight for quite some time now. Now, these roads could literally store and transmit electricity, turning the ground itself into a free power system. The old world had electric and etheric powered vehicles, and the ground underneath them could have been laid to charge them as they move. Literally like a wireless charging pad, but on a massive scale. It's no wonder now why the old world used red bricks in a lot of their constructions, from the roads to huge factories to institutional buildings and so on. And they still stand to this day. But let me know what you think about this theory in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, share, and follow for more hidden truth. Peace and love.
The part where he said that brick had to have high concentrations of iron, you know, to make it electrically charged, and then it needed clay, made me think of something. You know, one thing that comes to mind is that we were made from the dust of the earth, right? We were made from the dust of the earth. Let's find the exact Genesis 2:7. 2:7. Lean not on your own understanding. Genesis 2:7 KJV. This is what popped into my mind while watching that last TikTok. Yahuwah formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living soul. So, we're electric beings, right? So, could it be a correlation from the dust of the ground being electric and us being electric beings, having that same type of composition? Just a theory, just something that popped up in my mind.
So let's talk about one of the big parts of the free energy architecture of the old world. Red bricks. That's right. There is a reason why so much of the old world structures are red bricked, and why so much of the buried structures we find are of the red bricked variety. Because they knew something that we are just now catching on to today, or at least being let disclose today. These red bricks could hold an electric charge. Just take a look at some of these articles yourself. You see they disclose a lot of these bits and pieces of old world tech in little back page news article dumps. Ones that many will never see, and it's forgotten just as quick. Red bricks, some of the world's cheapest and most familiar building materials, can be converted into energy storage units that can be charged to hold electricity, like a battery, according to new research. Is it really new research, or repurposed technology from the old world? Red electric brick roads, red electric brick walls. Sadly, I wouldn't hold too much hope for this technology coming out in the mainstream anytime soon. Cheap, energy-efficient bricks that can store electricity. While there's...
Why does it say electric on this red brick? Someone, please, what is the coincidence? Am I tripping? That says electric, right? What a coinky dink.
There's no profit in that. Especially with the red bricks already there. The ones that aren't covered up with some cheap facade or concrete. That is why most of the old world buildings they did still keep like this. They rushed to cover up with some ugly facade. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
Shout out to the Dr. Regenerated. How crazy was that? These bricks actually have the name electric on it. And that's in English, so it's like it wasn't too far back. It's not like it's got Latin on it or, you know what I'm saying? Like electric. Was this pre-reset? So yeah, guys. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Talk to me. What do you think about all that? Somebody in the comments asked, how did they transport all these materials back in the day? You know, they couldn't have did it with horse and wagon. Well, here's one possible theory.
There had to be that many airships, and probably a lot more. Just look how many you see in single pictures when the skies aren't completely edited out. Not only were there a lot more of them, there had to be that many airships, and probably a lot more. Just look how many you see in single pictures when the skies aren't completely edited out. Not only were there a lot more of them than they ever told us, they were there for a lot longer than we were told. They were certainly not some here one moment and then gone the next failed experiment that was given not even so much as a footnote in history, other than the clear false flag of the Hindenburg. You do not take time to build out such infrastructure, such technology that is curated specially for airships, if there were just some passing fad, some passing failed experiment. Mooring stations were everywhere. in little fields in the middle of nowhere, on top of skyscrapers. The technology and infrastructure for these were so vast and expansive they even had them on boats. They could even land on aircraft carriers, which is pretty cool because here is an aircraft carrier on top of an aircraft carrier. As many housed squadrons of fighters stored in their underbelly, making them one of the most versatile military crafts I've ever seen. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
One question I do have is how much could they carry? How much could a large airship this size carry? And there's no telling how many of them. These could have been like how we use cargo ships today. These could have been cargo ships, but in the sky. If you thought we didn't have another excellent specimen for you today, think again.
This is a specimen of malachite and shadokite, but it's actually really interesting for several key points. First of all, it's a malachite pocket in that the crystals fill that cavity or that space inside the other copper mineral, the darker blue shadokite. But also the malachite crystals themselves are special because they're primary crystals. What that means is most malachite that forms large crystals is actually a replacement after azurite, but these formed as malachite. So the combination of the natural pocket structure and the rarity of the malachites makes this a significant piece.
Truly extraordinary. It almost looks like, I thought it was black, but it's actually like a dark green. I already know what I'm gonna name this specimen. What would you guys call this? I would have to rate this as far as unique color, shape. I would have to give this specimen a 8.8, and I would name it Shark Eye. That's a good name, ain't it? Shark Eye. You could see, the shark eye. When he had it the other way, you can really see it. Right here. When he has it like that, Shark Eye. That's if I had to name the specimen. We did Alien Eye last time with a Quinky Dink. This is Shark Eye. Gotta love it. That's all we have for today's video. If you enjoyed that video or learned something, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If you're new around here, we'd love to have you. We got one of the best communities on YouTube. And I just feel like we're all friends. We can get along, hang out. As I said, like start our own little village, But hey, the code word for today, if you made it this far, is electric clay. The code word for today is electric clay. When you drop that in the comments below, that lets me know you're a real one. You really rock with your mans. And I just want to say thank you for everything. I love you guys. This was the most mysterious TikToks on the internet today. See you later.